Have you ever wanted to do something to change the way things are now? Anything, whether it was the smallest random acts of kindness or something big like ending poverty. Trying to change the world is no easy feat, especially when you're only 16. People always say Rome wasn't built in a day, or that if you can't beat them, join them. But Rome wasn't covered in red tape, and what if joining them meant giving up on something you were passionate about? And that's where we began, with a school assignment to make the world a better place. Pretty big task for a bunch of grade 11s, but in today's society, anything is possible. We set out to make a difference in the lives of teenagers just like us. Teenagers who have been struggling, whether it's at home or at school. All social movements start with an idea, and this one was no different. Right off the bat, we knew we wanted to do something that related to mental health. Then we started talking about how our friends kept coming to us for advice on their problems, and most of the time, just someone to listen to them. It was from this talk that we had our first idea, which was an anonymous blog post in which we would answer questions and give advice to students through a website called Ask.fm. The first step of the plan was to get this idea approved by the vice principal. It was in his office that we spent more time than was probably healthy. But when you're as passionate about an idea as we were, you sacrifice countless lunch hours trying to navigate your way through all the twists and turns that the vice principal has to throw at you. These twists came in the form of liability issues for both the school and us as individuals, as well as the fact that we were not trained professionals and would not be able to handle a really serious situation. The school was also concerned about our safety. If we went through with this, as we could have received hate messages, we took what was said to heart and went back to the drawing board to make adjustments. We ended up completely revamping our idea in order to meet the vice principal's expectations and guidelines. This meant taking out most of our original ideas and completely transforming our proposal to fit within the strict boundaries we were given. These boundaries led us to a website called 7 Cups of Tea, a government-run organization based in the United Kingdom. 7 Cups of Tea is a non-profit organization that provides an international service to people in need of someone to listen to them. They connect people with trained active listeners through their secure network. It's a completely anonymous chat that gives people a chance to just talk to someone and discuss whatever they want, whether it's family problems or career issues. In order to become an active, trained listener with 7 Cups of Tea, we both underwent all of our required training. But unfortunately, once again, our idea was shot down completely due to the lack of experience and, once again, liability issues. Despite the fact that we were being teamed up with a government-run website, the fact that the school could be potentially liable for whatever we do or say, our idea was rejected. So we chalked it up to our overly strict school board and tried to find a happy medium between what we wanted to do and what we were allowed to do. But all this red tape had us completely stripped out of ideas and pretty stressed out. This idea appealed to us for a variety of reasons, as we wanted to be able to help students on an individual level, without the student having the fear of being judged. The anonymous blog for advice was originally all based on the idea of helping one person at a time, by actively listening to their problems and giving them feedback. It helps one person, making their life slightly better, which indirectly makes them happy, and when someone is happy, they spread happiness and smiles all around them, creating a positive atmosphere in the world. We wanted to make the world a slightly better place, starting with changing one person's life at a time. As they say, every little thing helps. But in the end, after both of our ideas got shot down, we had no other ideas, nothing to turn to, nothing to fall back on. We had completely lost hope. Hope of actually making a difference, and at the same time, not upsetting our authority, our vice principals. Well, that's our story. The story of how we were shot down, got back up, tried a different approach, only to be knocked down again. In our case, it wasn't about overcoming a huge obstacle like society rejecting the idea. Our biggest issue was the fact that we couldn't get past the eyes of our vice principal. But if there's one thing we learned, it's the small victories that count. For us, it was knowing that just because we didn't get an approval from the vice principal doesn't mean we cannot continue this project on our own. For us, this is more than a project we're doing for school. It's a passion that we're doing for our hearts.
Wildin', living it up in the city. Got Chuck's on with Saint Laurent. Gotta kiss myself, I'm so pretty. I'm too hot.